Okay, figure I'll go ahead and make this video. So I've been back from Idaho for a few days now. I got to work as soon as I got back. To be honest with you guys, I didn't record much because it was just working, trying to get stuff done. I guess we'll start with her, Diana. I got the old one out over here so I can show you. For those who don't know, long story short, this is a body control module. It controls a lot of random things. Well, not random, but a few different things on a vehicle. Every car has them. That thing has it. This thing has it. Sorry, you don't have it. But anyways, so I'm pretty sure I talked about it in my previous video with the running lights not working, dash lights not working, and all of that good stuff. That was because of that. On the last one, well, that one, with it plugged in and installed in the truck, as soon as you turn the key power on, it blew a fuse. Got a new one in there. And it kicked my butt all day just to come to find out that it was the wrong one. Now, the truck running lights do work again, but it is the wrong part number body control module. Just a little slip up, mix up on my part and the part store fault, because I should have been more on top of that. And instead of just letting them sell me anything or me just buying anything. So it's a collective mistake on that one, but at least I figured it out, because my problem is that everything was working as it should except for my back windows. Did not roll down at all from none of the switches, not the master switch, not the single door switches on either side, just nothing. So I after programming this thing twice and trying everything in the book, it just hit me and I had a realization. I was like, wait a minute, why is this thing acting like this is a module for a single cab truck? And I was like, that is very well a possibility. So I had to go back to that parts store to pick up a wheel hub for this thing, because hold on, I'll get to that in a second. So I went up there, did some research. Well, I tried to do some research, but I didn't have all the info that I needed. So I got home, gave him a part number of the one that's installed and then a part number of the one that came out, and sure enough, this is not the correct one. So yeah, that's that. So the correct one is going to take a week to get here, unfortunately, so I have to wait on that. Hopefully the recone for the sub is being assembled and will be shipped out soon. I'm going to continue to use the one that's in there now for now. I don't know if I'm going to drive this thing. I haven't driven it yet. It still has its transmission codes and still doing a range shift inhibited crap. So I don't know how she's going to do on that. Also have Mark and Chase. They're working on the tunes for this thing and unlocking it and doing our own thing for that. So things are in the works for this, whatever. Now to this. I'm trying to clear all the lights on it. Trying to give it back to the owner with a clear dash. So easy for him to smog it, especially since we figured out the whole O2 sensor stuff. I'm going to check engine lights off for that. It was also having a high idle issue. We had it set too low, I guess, parameter-wise in the computer. So what it was choosing to idle at, there's a difference in between, and the computer was throwing the check engine light for that. So got that sorted, but it is back doing to... I wasn't recording YouTube around the time, so you guys wouldn't know anything about this unless you were personally there when this build was put together 5 years ago. Long story short, the owner that had it, that put this together, didn't buy a big name brand throttle body because they cost a ridiculous amount of money. And we had issues with it. It would throw the car in a limp mode all the time. And honestly, I don't know what we did to make it stop. I know now if you drive it a certain way, it won't do it. The only thing that pisses it off, and it is hard for me because that's how I drive stick, is rev matching. When it comes to downshifting, I rev match down. I don't just pick a gear and just dump the clutch and let it lock the wheels up or lug the motor down or any of that. I like to save clutches and make them last a while, so I rev match. And yeah, that throttle body does not like that. So like I said, it did this in the beginning, and then once I had the realization, I put it together, and I was like, you know what, let me test this theory. So on a drive that I normally would have it go into limp mode or the check engine light come on for it. I did not rev match for that entire drive. I did that drive twice, and the car has not been in limp mode ever since I stopped rev matching the car. So I'm gonna say I'm pretty confident that's what's going on with it. We were gonna throw a stock LS3 one on there just to see, but I don't know. I'm gonna get with the owner and see what he wants to do about it. But from as far as my research can tell, as long as you don't rev match the car, it won't do it. So I don't know. We'll see on that. I was going to be calling it a night, but I might be pressing on and going ahead and taking it apart to do the wheel speed sensor, wheel hub shenanigans. Unfortunately, those are integral, and it's not just a sensor like most stuff. So I had to buy an entire hub for that, and that will be the last light on the dash. Hold on. Oh my God. Wait. So, yep. Gonna try to get that done soon. And then once that's done, probably go ahead and do a oil change on it. I crossed like 200 break-in miles. So I want to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to call it quits as long as the owner doesn't want to change the throttle body. If he does, I still might give it to him, let him drive it around. And then when a new one shows up, we'll switch that out. But oil pressure is fine. It drives fine. We did retune on it. It's not really fast because it's so hot out here, so it pulls timing as the temperature goes up, the intake air temperature, which is pretty high, and it gets a pretty good reading on that because the air intake on this car is right there. You can kind of see the clamp shining off of it. Yeah, so it's getting air, and it works great when it's cold outside, but when it's not ideal. So anyways, that's what we got going on. Like I said, fingers crossed, man. I'm hoping to have this thing gone or at least done by the end of this weekend. Today is Thursday, and I feel like that is definitely feasible as long as nothing else goes wrong. I pray to God that it doesn't, because I'm tired of messing with this car. And then I can switch my attention to this clap box over here because I'm not feeling too good about that transmission code crap. I think she might be trying to check out on me, which is very annoying because it's not like something major, you know, like it's just a code for the range of showing what gear it's in and stuff like that. And I'm not sure if it's acting weird because of that or if it's acting weird because, you know, it actually was trying to go out, but it shifts fine. It hits all the shifts, whether you're getting on it, cruising around, like it doesn't slip. And I don't know. The spare transmission, nowhere near ready to be switched into it. I haven't even touched it. And it might be time to start looking at that and starting figuring that out instead of putting it towards this, because this is the daily driver, as you all know. So, got to keep that going. Shout out to my boy Dave. Left me his car for the weekend. Well, I sorted these things out because it was at a very good point to where neither one of these ran. So when I did this, the BCM on this thing, when I installed it, VATS, security, kicking my tail. It would start up, shut back off. That's all it would do. And then I started trying to do some of the procedures, and then it completely locked it, and then it would just turn over. It wouldn't even start anymore. I was like, oh my God, I made it worse. And so I tried another method, and I ended up unlocking it, and I was like, all right, cool. But then I had to end up reprogramming the BCM again and programming some other stuff, you know, trying to sort out that window crap and whatever. I'm tired. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. As far as her, nothing new to report. Haven't done anything. Yeah, just not the time or money right now. So hopefully after this, maybe. But we have a brat right here that's demanding all of that. So I'll let y'all know how that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna start wasting time and go ahead and get this thing up in the air, get the wheel off, and maybe start pulling the brakes off and all that good stuff. So I'll catch y'all later.